Hey, welcome back to another junior statistics video. In this video, we continue talking about averages, but we move on to the next average called the median. Remember, an average is a number that tells us what is the central or typical value for a set of data. For example, a basketballer might average 16 points in each game in a season. This does not mean they score exactly 16 points in every game they play, but gives us an idea that they typically score around 16 points in each game, sometimes more, sometimes less. Remember in mathematics, three types of averages: mean, median, and mode. We've talked about the mean previously, and now we're today moving on to the median. Right, an average called the median is found by putting all the numbers into numerical order first and finding the middle value. So let's get into example 1. A basketballer scores the following number of points in 9 games: 14, 10, 6, 12, 22, 15, 3, 0, and 18. We're going to calculate the median number of points scored per game. Now, the first thing is to put the numbers into order first, and it doesn't matter whether you choose to go from smallest to highest or from highest to smallest. Right, so here we go. I like to cross these off as I go, so I keep track of things. 0, 3, 6, 10, 12, 14, 15, 18, and 22. So I know I've got all my numbers correctly put into order. Right, so now we've got to find the middle number. To do this is what I like to do. I like to go across one off the bottom and one off the top at the same time. One off the bottom, one off the top, one off the bottom, one off the top, one off the bottom, one off the top, and I can find my middle number, which is 12. So my median is 12. So the median points scored in each game for this basketballer is 12. All right, let's try another example. Example 2, a basketballer scores the following number of points in 8 games. We've got 11, 16, 2, 4, 18, 35, 17, and 0. So we're going to calculate the median number of points scored per game, once again. Right, so we've got to put the numbers into order. Done, magic, done. Right, so now we're going to find the middle number. So once again, I like to do this. One off the bottom, one off the top, one off the bottom, one off the top, one off the bottom, one off the top. Now we've got a small problem here. We've got two middle numbers, two numbers in the middle. Now this occurs when you have an even amount of data. So if you have an odd amount of data, you're going to find one middle number. When we have an even amount of data, you will find two numbers in the middle. Now, what are we going to do here? To find the median when we have two numbers in the middle, this is what we're going to do. Add up these two numbers and then divide the result by 2 because there's two of them. So we're going to add them up. 11 plus 16 adds up to 27. Then we're just going to go 27 always divide by 2 because there's two of them. So 27 divided 2 is 13.5. So we have a median of 13.5. We're finding, if you didn't figure that out, we're finding halfway between 11 and 16. Right, now we know we can't score 13.5 points in a particular game of basketball, but it is an average, and we are allowed decimal points with averages because it tells us the average points scored per game. And what we would say with this average is we'd say this basketballer typically scores somewhere between 13 and 14 points each game. All right, so here's the last thing before we wrap it up. If there are two middle numbers, when we calculate a median, add up the two numbers and divide it by 2. All right, hey, thanks very much for watching.